Thanks, guys. First of all, thank you for spending your time with us. I hope you had a productive day and a half. We'll try to keep this session fairly succinct and insightful, and we packaged some really interesting stuff. And there are some good, interesting Easter eggs that you haven't seen before, so you'll kind of get to know something truly net new as well while you're in this session. Before I start my presentation, just a reminder, your purchasing decisions should be based on what's available on our website today. We might be disclosing roadmap and forward-looking statements, so please understand the nature of those statements, and your purchasing decisions should be based on what's available today. Quick intro about me. I'm Nitin Mengthani. I joined Salesforce September of last year. So if you're an ISV partner in the room, I was one of you last year in this room. Thank you. I was founder and CEO of PredictSpring, and Salesforce acquired PredictSpring in September of 2024. So that's kind of quick my background. And recently, I started leading the commerce team, which includes B2B commerce, B2C commerce, OMS, payments, point of sale, and also our future, which is the agentic commerce. So it's really good. It's really great to bring all these initiatives together under a single umbrella. I also wanted to thank both partners as well as our ISV partners, SI partners, customers who are in this room. We are here because of you. And we know this community, the commerce community and commerce crew, all the folks who are wearing the green jackets here. Thank you for the spirit that you bring in and the support you give us. That's what inspires us every day to wake up and build great products. I'm going to talk a little bit about context, and obviously everybody knows this context. I see around the room, many of you have been in retail and commerce industry for last 15, 20, 25 years, so you know this movie pretty well. But I just wanted to quickly summarize in a single slide how commerce has progressed. As many of you know, first e-commerce transactions happened in mid-1990s, so 3 decades, 30 years, time flies. We went from there to SaaS commerce because the early days was commerce were done all on-prem. And Salesforce, which is truly the inventor of SaaS computing, founded in 1999 by our founder, CEO and chairman, Mark Benioff. And that really set the stage for the rest of the industry to think about SaaS computing. And that's where Demandware was born, which was one of the very first platforms, if you remember, which was easy to deploy, easy to use, and was the first cloud-based platform. And we are lucky that we acquired Demandware. And obviously, after that, we have done several innovations. We were the first ones to launch Apple Pay. So when it came mobile commerce, again, we led the wave. And then came social commerce, TikTok, Instagram. And the next wave, it's clear, is agentic commerce. And this is real. And a simple litmus test is consumer behavior. How many of you these days go to an agentic experience, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT or Perplexity or Gemini, versus going to a search interface? And that ratio might differ. For me, it's close to 60%. So 6 out of the 10 times these days, I go to an agentic interface. So this is beyond legit. This is not a FUD. This is not a transitional thing. This is a more foundational shift in technology that we are seeing. And obviously, commerce is also going to become agentic. And that's beautiful because all of us will be able to benefit from this technology and see the innovation. The interesting point about this slide is that Salesforce has been playing in the commerce space for 20 years. We have run 20 Black Fridays, 20 Cyber Mondays. And that's a lot of experience, a lot of craft that goes in when you run commerce for 20 years. And we have been the leaders for every single wave that has come in the last 20 years, from SaaS computing to mobile commerce to social commerce and now agentic commerce. There aren't too many platforms, I would say none, who has the track record of 20 years running the commerce space. And we are just very proud of it and equally thankful of the community that has been with us for the last 20 years. I'm going to talk a little bit about the foundation that's critical to deliver the agentic experiences. So while it's absolutely 100% true, the now and the future is agentic, but to deliver those experiences, you need some foundational pieces of the puzzle. The foundational pieces of the puzzle for B2C as well as B2B. And I'm going to talk about them separately. So if you're trying to build the best B2C experience today, 3 out of the $4, around 75% of commerce happens in physical stores for majority of the mid-market and retail brands. And how do you give that experience which transcends both online as well as in-store? I think the debate is honestly a fallacy. It doesn't matter because as a consumer, I'm already engaging in multiple channels. I'm walking into your store, I'm shopping online, I'm buying something online, I might do a return in store, or I might do a pickup in store. So how do you bring this experience together? And again, the word omni-channel, multi-channel has been around 10, 15 years, but COVID really forced us to deliver those experiences. But on the technology side, there aren't that many platforms who have all the 3 products. You need an amazing e-commerce platform, you need an amazing point-of-sale product, and the product that brings those 2 things together is the order management system because orders are flowing online to offline, offline to online. And we feel very fortunate. And I might say we might be the only platform in the market today that can provide the entire unified commerce experience. And every single CIO, every single president, every single CDO that I talk to, they are no longer thinking e-commerce. They're no longer thinking in-store. They're thinking unified commerce. And it's a fallacy when you try to take one product and compare against another because they are no longer singular products. It's a composite product which is unified commerce. So the true comparison is who has the best unified commerce experience, whether it's ease of deployment, ease of integration, and total cost of ownership. So while it's true that some of our competitors might have 1 product or 1.5, that's not enough. Because to stitch together the remaining 1.5 is very expensive. So if there are platforms who are trying to solve a small point problem, that's not enough. Now, this statement doesn't conflict with composability. I just want to be clear. Headless, API first is table stakes. You need to hire really bad engineers to not design that. So I don't see that as a differentiator. That's table stakes. Like really, you need to put in the job posting. Please don't know how to write API first code. So that we already delivered. That's not rocket science. We have been API first from the very first day. And we are one of the most open platforms. And the classic example is me sitting here. I was not part of Salesforce, but I was deeply integrated with the Salesforce family. Why? Because we were API first. And so that aspect of Salesforce doesn't go away. Composability and embracing our partners, but unified commerce is really the future, and that's what we are delivering to our customers. There are certain key elements. So if you take a step back and you're like, well, we learned a lot in the last 30 years, and what things matter and what doesn't matter. So for a simple example, there's a lot of chatter internally also at Salesforce, which is healthy. Like, well, and with some of the customers, like, well, is commerce going to be now completely connected on perplexity on ChatGPT? The answer is no. Well, this concept of commerce happening on owned and operated properties and commerce happening on syndication channels is not new. In fact, it precedes even the digital age because the brands would sell through wholesale channels. But we all know that we have to participate in the syndication channels, but it's in our best interest to own the customer. So your owned and operated properties are foundational, and it's in your best interest to build and deliver the best agentic experience on your owned and operated properties while participating in the agentic experience that the consumer properties provide. Those things are not binary. That's not a new thing. When I was at Google, and I was part of the Google Shopping team, it was the same thing. Most of you participated and continue to participate on Google Shopping. Doesn't mean everything happens on Google. Commerce, a good portion of commerce will happen other places, but your properties are foundational. The point here is a lot of these concepts don't go away. And similar to the pillars that we have built here. And these pillars are foundational. And it took us 20 years to build these pillars. Scalability, faster time to market, the ease of setup. As I said, we were the first ones to think about cloud computing and ease of setup. So that concept is not new to us. Similarly, optimization around conversions. And when you take a step back, being in the Salesforce family, we also have Data Cloud, we have Marketing Cloud, we have Service Cloud. So we are able to offer truly the 360 experience to your customers across the different products we offer. I'm going to talk about 2 concrete examples on customers who have deployed commerce at scale, but also trying to shrink up and use commerce with easy to set up and easy to deploy. The first one is L'Oreal. We power 200 plus sites worldwide. Not 5, not 10, not 25, not 50, not 100. You know where I'm going with this. 200. And this is not a joke. And I don't try to take a stab on our competitors, but once in a while it's okay. I mean, they can do a good job with 2 sites, 3 sites. Each site feels like a whole different experience and you have to go and redeploy them. And that's just not scalable. Majority of the brands are global in nature, and now you have holding companies which own multiple brands. So if your platform cannot scale and every site feels like an entirely new implementation, an entirely new deployment, it kills the total cost of ownership. So while you might save a little bit on license fees, it really doesn't matter if operations is so expensive and the platform is not ready to scale with you. So today you might have 2 sites, but tomorrow you might have 20. We are the only player who can go from that 1 site to 200 sites. And also scaling, L'Oreal is doing 100 million orders a year. Now let's look at another customer, Jenny and Jack. So if you go to, if you've been to our booth, we're demonstrating Jenny and Jack. Amazing, iconic American brands. My kids grew up wearing their clothing line. They wanted a more simpler, easy to set up solution that had both e-commerce, order management, as well as POS. They looked at the cost of trying to bring in an external OMS or an external POS, and it didn't make sense. When they looked at the total cost of ownership, we were the lowest on TCO when they looked at the entire unified commerce. Not a single item, but when you look at the full bill of material, we were the lowest in the market. The POS product, they deployed in 18 weeks. From the day they signed the contract to the last of that 106 stores that were live on what was called PredictSpring and now Salesforce POS, only 18 weeks. And that's the power of simplicity and ease of use. And this is the beauty about Salesforce. We are able to scale to those 200 plus sites, 100 million plus orders, but we are also able to deliver in 18 weeks. There aren't platforms who are able to bridge those 2 things. In fact, I would say none. And this is really the power of Salesforce and what we are able to deliver. But we couldn't do this without you, especially all our partners, our SI partners, or ISV partners, and we have made sure that we have the most open APIs. We don't try to restrict and say, well, the checkout APIs are not open because it touches our monetization model. I know some of the vendors do that. We don't do that. If you want to bring your payment thing and you're a payment vendor, we welcome you. We want to give the best choice to our customers and give them all the payment options we have. Same thing with our SI ecosystem. Majority of our implementations are done by our partners, and we work with them very closely. So I just want to thank our partner community, and we continue to invest heavily in that. With that, I'm going to transition to Alex, who runs our biggest division, which is the Commerce Cloud, and he will walk you through the Commerce Cloud vision as well as the roadmap. Alex.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alex Bucher, and Nitin, I was going through your timeline, and it reminded me of my first point of sale experience, Circuit City, logging into a DOS terminal with my social security number. I mean that sincerely. But let's maybe talk about a little bit more successful commerce story. And so when you think about B2C commerce, and you think about this entirety of the platform and the products that we have, we at B2C have been the leader from the commerce, digital commerce, whatever you want to refer to it, perspective. And I've had the privilege of working on B2C commerce throughout that journey, my entire journey at Salesforce. And for 9 consecutive years in a row, we've been recognized by industry analysts as the leader for Commerce Cloud in this space. And we also, for even longer, have helped customers grow revenue across that platform. And the reality is that's a confluence of data and AI and all of these pieces coming together to help our customers ultimately see results. Like you see here, an average increase of online revenue by 29%. And so it's all also built on a foundation of trust, and it's trusted by some of the world's most iconic brands. And when you think about brands like Saks and Pandora and Duluth, those are the brands that trust this platform. And at Salesforce, we talk about trust all the time, right? It's our #1 value. But that's really the security, the availability, the scale, the performance, all of those things that come together. But what that looks like is supporting over 10,000 live sites in 84 different countries and millions of orders per day. And when you think about those millions of orders, that actually comes and is supported with over 2 billion unique shoppers on our platform per year. Cyber Week's a really great example of this, when you see over 50 million orders during just Cyber Week alone, and over 1 billion unique shoppers during that time frame. And so trust underpins everything that we do, but it's not just trust, right? In fact, it's customer success that drives everything that we do. And you've been heard loud and clear. Invest more in B2C commerce, and we are doing exactly that. I'm happy to announce that we're doubling our investment in the areas that matter most. Truly, I've never been more excited. I mean that sincerely. We're doubling investment in the areas that matter most, like engineering, product, UX, research, all of the teams that deliver innovation. And so when you see this come together, we'll talk about a ton of great areas we're investing. We'll talk about time to value. We'll talk about ease of use. We'll talk about reducing total cost of ownership, driving conversion. But the reality is you'll see a lot more at Dreamforce and with coming announcements. As we bring this together, it's our commitment to you that we help define out this future, and we're doing so right now. And so stay tuned, because there's a lot that is very exciting coming. But how we'll do that is through our vision for Commerce Cloud, right? It's driving the agentic future of commerce. It's redefining the merchant experience. It's redefining the shopper experience, as Nitin talked through, and a number of other areas we've seen grow in market. And we'll do so by delivering our unified commerce platform. E-commerce plus order management plus point of sale. It's that underpinning of all of the commerce products that help us drive this together and drive us forward across this. And again, as we focus in areas of increasing and optimizing conversion, time to value, reducing total cost of ownership, all of these areas will be key as we layer them in with also driving the future from an agentic perspective. And so it's great to talk a little bit about the future, but let's talk a little bit about the now. And so I'm very excited to announce new improvements for Composable Storefront, focused on our developers, reducing total cost of ownership, focusing on better time to value. And a great example of that is enhancements to areas like we refer to as hybrid. Hybrid allows our existing customers who are on existing sites within our own platform to more easily and incrementally consume the innovation that we deliver with Composable Storefront. And the next item that I'm very excited to talk about is around some of the new Data Cloud enhancements, near real-time segmentation. As we bring Commerce and Marketing Cloud closer together, leveraging one unified, consistent segment across both of those experiences, helping you personalize in a storefront that benefits from engagement data, leveraging behavioral data on a storefront to benefit a marketing campaign, and so forth. And you'll see a lot more as we dive into this Data Cloud adventure and bring B2C commerce closer to Salesforce and all of its other products. And of course, it's all about the shopper agent. You'll see new amazing enhancements that Colin will demo for us shortly around product discovery through conversion. And so in order to tie all of this together, I'm very excited to introduce one of our customers, head of engineering for Shoe Carnival, to walk through and talk a little bit about his unified composable commerce journey. Ned Moore. Ned, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you up here.
Well, thanks for having me, Alex. It's been an enjoyable journey here the last 2.5 years at Shoe Carnival, and just excited to be up on stage and share a little bit about our success.
Thank you so much. I will tell you, we've been talking about Composable Storefront a lot. One of the things that really stood out in our conversation, you had mentioned to me that you and the team can now take an idea from ideation with marketing to having it live in production in hours. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we've been able, through the power of this composable storefront, to do all the things that we've always wanted to do. We know that speed in retail kills and wins, and that's what we want to do. We want to kill our competition, and we want to win our customers' hearts. We want to win their wallets, and we want to surprise and delight them. Well, the only way that we can do that is by actually delivering on those needs and wants that they have. And so literally our biggest constraint isn't so much our ability to launch things, it's the ability to write the instructions, to get the ideas out of people's heads and onto paper, or into Jira, if you will, and then actually deploy these. We have so many examples where we can literally take an idea and put it into development instantaneously. That's a power that used to require a lot of custom development to be able to do. Now we can do it with software that we have on on our site.
Absolutely. No, that's amazing. And I think it's that agility that we've talked a lot about that underpins it. One thing that you had called out, since going live on Composable Storefront, you've seen a 39 basis point increase in conversion. That's an incredible result. What do you think's the maybe number one thing that's driven that success?
I come back, I was pressure tested on this question yesterday in a roundtable, and I come back to it's not just composable commerce in and of itself, but it's the foundation that it provides us. It gives us a rock solid, dependable, seamless foundation off of which we can build all these great experiences. We can bring new capabilities to life. And one of the great things for us is we carry so little technical debt forward. In my past lives at other larger retailers, we spend so much time fixing bugs, fixing software that's not working the way that we expect it to. But with standardized APIs, a scalable front end, we're able to integrate and do things with our partners rapidly, faster than anyone else in our industry can do.
Back to agility, right? I mean, that's amazing. It really, truly is awesome to see you guys go through that journey and the results that you've seen. You've been driving the vision for Shoe Carnival. What's next?
Well, what's next for us? It's a really exciting time at Shoe Carnival and Shoe Station. Shoe Station's a brand that we acquired 4 years ago, a small Gulf States-based shoe retailer that at that time was roughly 24 stores. When we started off this year, it was roughly 42 out of our 420 stores that we have across this nation. And our whole goal is to be the nation's leading family footwear retailer. Well, earlier this year, 3.5 months ago, we announced that we were going to take Shoe Station from that 42 stores that we started with to roughly 50% of our stores by 2027. Well, just 2 weeks ago, our CEO announced to Wall Street that it's now going to be 80%. We're going through a rapid experimentation where we're converting Shoe Carnival stores to Shoe Station. The great thing for me is that we already operate a unified commerce platform, one that runs both shoecarnival.com and shoestation.com. My team develops once, deploys to both sites instantaneously, so when we bring new capabilities, new features to life, and we've got some new things coming next week that will surprise and delight our customers once again, we can do it for both sites at the same time. And the wonderful thing is that as the shoestation.com website that 2.5 years ago made $0 online, it was a shop-only catalog or browse-only catalog, we can grow and scale without having to stay up at night.
Yeah, that's awesome, and thank you so much. The one thing, you talked a little bit about that Shoe Carnival experience. One thing I'm excited to announce is we'll be giving out 6 gift cards for $500 to random members of the audience post this show, and it will allow you to experience Shoe Carnival yourselves, powered by Commerce Cloud, but fulfilled, by you.
And if you want to also use those same gift cards on shoestation.com, you're more than welcome to do it. That's the other thing that this platform unified allows us to do, is to be able to share those experiences, loyalty, checkout across both platforms.
Wonderful. Can I have a huge round of applause and just a big thank you to you, Ned? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. All right. Well, I have the privilege of introducing the next chapter of unified commerce, order management. And so to do so, I'd like to introduce my friend, colleague, and OMS expert, Nick Bailey.
Hey, thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you.
All right. Welcome to Chicago. My name is Nick. I live here. Thank you all for making my travel really easy this week. I hope you've had a great time here. It's great to have you. So Alex talked a lot about all of the great innovation that's coming to B2C commerce. But we also know that's not the end of your customer's journey. And so I'm really excited to announce that we're making the same great investment and acceleration in our order management product as well. So an uncomfortably long time ago, long before anybody had ever imagined buy online and pick up in store, I sold guitars at a music shop. And I couldn't tell my customers where their special order was or when it was going to get here. And I couldn't tell them what inventory we had in our other stores or where they could find something that we were out of stock of. And that's really what they needed me to be able to do. And there's a lot of great order management products out there. A bunch of you are actually probably running homegrown systems. Most of those are focused on order fulfillment, and that's wonderful. It's necessary. We do that too. We have omni-channel inventory. We have automated order routing, buy online and pick up in store. That's really easy to do now. Split shipments are no problem. You can even turn every store into a distribution center with ship from store. So why did Salesforce build order management? Because we want it to be customer-centric. It's a key part of your relationship with your customers and their journey. Whether they're looking at inventory or estimated delivery dates before they even click the buy button, or they're getting automated order status emails from Marketing Cloud, or they're talking to your customer service representatives in Service Cloud to execute returns and exchanges, order management needs to be there every step of the way. And because we're built on unified commerce, it doesn't matter where your customers are coming from, online or in the store. It doesn't matter what their needs are, whether they're going to pick it up from you or have it delivered to their home or to their business. Order management is there to deliver that same seamless experience. Does anybody in here have a pet? Awesome. Before we had kids, we had our fur baby. Nothing in the world could have stopped us from getting him all of the healthcare that he needed when he needed it. I bet that's true for a lot of you as well. And so to tell us more about how our furry family friends can get the care they need when they need it, please welcome Jennifer McDonald from Blue Rabbit to the stage. Hey, Jenny.
Hey, Nick.
Thanks for being here. So really grateful to have you spend time with us. Tell us all a little bit about Blue Rabbit and what you all do.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go back probably about 2 years. Wedgwood Pharmacy is also part of Blue Rabbit now. We merged, and Wedgwood Pharmacy is a network of compounding pharmacies in the United States for the largest animal health compounding pharmacy in the country, which is really cool. And Blue Rabbit is the technology that powers all of our pharmacies. So one question to make it a little bit more relatable is how many people have dog and cats at home? Quite a few, right? How many might be on a flea tick medication or another preventative medication? Or maybe you have a senior dog who has joint pain and you're on that medication. There's about 3 ways you can order those products for your pet. I'm gonna guess what the 3 are. You can pick up the product when you're in the clinic at a visit and you're getting your pet checked, even if it's a wellness visit. You can go online and order that from your vet's online pharmacy, hopefully powered by Blue Rabbit. But we have a couple competitors that still support veterinarians and do the revenue share model with them. Or there's a third option where you can cut out your vet, and not to sound blunt, but that's what it does, and go through 1-800-PET-MED or Chewy that doesn't have the relationship with a vet. But at Blue Rabbit at Wedgwood, we are all about empowering vets, and so we work directly with a veterinarian to white label storefronts on the Blue Rabbit side, to give the veterinarian an online pharmacy where you can go as a pet owner, buy the products you need for your pet, check out, enroll in a subscription, and have them delivered to your door. And then Wedgwood is a pharmacy that can make those products or get them from a manufacturer and ship them out of our pharmacies and our fulfillment centers.
So you talk a little bit about prepackaged medications as well as custom compounded medications. How does order management help you with those 2 wildly different fulfillment workflows?
Yeah, definitely wildly different. And there's a third. We have a lot of partners that sell our products on their own platforms, and we fulfill those through an API. So we have multiple different channels coming in. And order management is really the key, and I think some of the successes that help us know what fulfillment location or what special handling the product needs, because some compound medications are temperature sensitive. They need to be shipped expedited. Controlled substances have different regulations depending on the state they're shipping to. So we have a lot of complex navigations and workflows to work through. And so order management helps us do that we use product attributes really well with whether it's in B2C, Commerce Cloud, or OMS. I think that helps us navigate it. And then also just having our custom objects and all of our data being in Salesforce really helps us flow that through.
And you're also using Service Cloud. You mentioned subscriptions. How does having order servicing directly in Service Cloud help you provide that service to your customers?
Absolutely. So Service Cloud our customer support team is the best in the industry, and they're really awesome. And I think that's one of the values of a veterinarian partnering with Blue Rabbit and Wedgwood. But Service Cloud is a 360-degree view of our customer. I know there's some other sales platforms that you can buy or data clouds, but we've really customized it to have the full view. And recently what we did is for B2C subscriptions, which we're going to be launching for B2B soon. We're working on implementing B2B right now. All the data that we had was in a third-party application, and they were great at the time, so I'm not going to call them out because I don't want to talk badly about them. But then we migrated our subscription platform into order management. And so all of our subscriptions, recurring subscriptions, are managed and fulfilled through OMS. And so the reason that's great for customer service is they can see all that data right in Service Cloud and manage those subscriptions for a customer when they call on the phone, change their frequency, push out their order date, et cetera. So it's really given us another level of transparency to help the customer.
That's awesome. Thank you, Jenny. Before I let you go, real quick, what's next for Blue Rabbit?
Continuing to lean into data and technology, breaking down the barriers, making it easy for pet owners to support their pets and keep them healthy. My goal is to make it as easy for you to purchase a prescription online as it is to buy a t-shirt. So that's my goal from a consumer perspective, and order management is continuing to improve time to customer and get it out the door quicker. With a pharmacy aspect, because some flavors and products take longer to make physically than others, and so just working through those challenges in Salesforce, and our implementation partner, Astound Digital, has helped us get there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jenny.
Welcome.
Please give her a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. All right, so let's talk about some of the recent innovations in order management. First, I'm excited to announce today unified integration of our point of sale and OMS out of the box. So now all of your customers who are shopping in your store get the same great order management experience that they do if they're shopping online. Next, we've launched 3 agent skills for order management: cancellations, returns, and the #1 service request, Wizmo, where is my order? So now your human service agents and your agent force agents can provide all of that rich contextual order data to your customers in real time. And last, I want to talk about enterprise scale. We continue to invest here. We now have customers processing up to 11,000 orders a minute for flash sales inside of order management. So order management is going to scale and help your business grow as you do. But we know that we have one more leg in the unified commerce journey, one more place to go, that is into the store. And to take us there, I want to welcome my colleague, Debashree Dutta, to tell us all about modern point of sale.
Thank you, Nick. Hi, everybody. I'm Debashree Dutta, and I lead product management here. But here, I'm excited to introduce to you my favorite part of Commerce Cloud, the Retail Cloud Modern Point of Sale. So with the acquisition of PredictSpring, we have now brought point of sale into the heart of Commerce Cloud, making unified commerce a reality. So what does that mean? Brands can now bring customer, order, and inventory data into the store, right? Thanks to our modern cloud-based point of sale. So with that, we are now able to arm associates with mobile devices so they can access shopper data and inventory data on their fingertips. And we help IT move super fast thanks to our built-in native Salesforce integrations, right? And we also have a no-code content management system, which enables brands to build beautiful, intuitive, on-brand experiences. And so with that, we are trusted by leading retailers. Janie and Jack, as Nitin mentioned, they went live across 106 stores in 18 weeks, as well as other incredible brands like Lovesac, Steve Madden, and so on. What does this mean, right? So really, with the power of unified commerce, we really want to empower store associates to be able to deliver exceptional service to their customer when they visit the store. So firstly, the idea that a store agent can now walk along with a customer with their mobile device and engage them anywhere in the store, with or without Wi-Fi, as we know can be invaluable, especially during the holiday season. Endless aisle. So think about this, right? When you're engaging a customer, we don't want you to miss a sale. So you can now pull up real-time inventory that's not just physically in-store, right? It can be across any location. And get this, it's not just about pulling up inventory. You can transact on that inventory all through one seamless transaction for the customer. And then our powerful clienteling experience. Again, on the same mobile device, when you're engaging the customer, you get a full 360 of who they are, where in their purchase journey they are, right? So you can be a lot more intentional. And we have AI-powered product recommendations that are built in, so you can, again, drive those upsells in a much more personalized manner. As you've seen across Commerce Cloud, there's a wave of innovation that's coming through point of sale as well. Firstly, modern point of sale is now generally available through the Salesforce platform. And some of the most powerful features that have just come out live, one is our in-app inventory reporting right on your mobile device, so you can pull up real-time stock counts across any location. Our deep loyalty management integration now enables our store associates to enroll customers into your loyalty program, pull up their profiles, as well as redeem points without ever having to leave the point of sale experience. And for customers that offer gift registry, right? Now associates can enable purchases, returns, again, all from the registrant's lists, again, in one seamless experience. With point of sale and with the power of the Salesforce ecosystem, we are truly enabling associates to deliver superior, exceptional service by really bridging that physical and digital divide, right? So now that you've seen the three parts of unified commerce, digital commerce, order management, and point of sale, to bring this all to life, I would love to invite on stage our distinguished solutions engineer, Colin Campbell.
Thank you, Deb. So as Nitin mentioned earlier, Salesforce is the only unified commerce platform that seamlessly brings together commerce, order management, and point of sale. And one of the great things about that is you don't have to spend all that time bringing together these disparate systems. You can focus on driving revenue and customer lifetime value. Now, to show you how this all comes together, I'm going to show you a live demo from the perspective of a Northern Trail Outfitters customer, Rachel. So, like most days, Rachel checks out TikTok, and she comes across a post by her favorite retailer, NTO. Now, she's seeing this because she interacted with cycling content on their website earlier that week. And when she clicks in, she's taken to the NTO storefront, all built on Salesforce B2C Commerce, our first pillar of unified commerce. And the key moment here is the site is personalized based on how she arrived on the site. And that's even if she's in an anonymous state. And as she clicks into the cycling category, we're using AI to predictively sort these products so they're personally relevant to her as a customer. Now, wouldn't it be, she's a little overwhelmed with all of the choices. Wouldn't it be great if we could take that in-store experience where you have an expert walking you through the process? Well, thanks to Agentforce, we can do that right on the site. And she's going to let the agent know that she's looking for a bike for an upcoming long-distance ride. And the agent is able to pull personally relevant recommendations to Rachel in this chat. Now, she actually wants to refine this a little bit more. She wants to know if any of these bikes work on mixed surfaces. So the agent's able to refine those even more. It has access to all that product information, all the metadata, and more. And she sees this bike, this Salsa Fargo bike that she's interested in. So she wants to find out more. But we don't have to take her to the PDP. We can keep engaging with her in the channel of chat so that the agent can return all of that information, like more photos of the item, everything, all the details about it. Now, she wants to see if she can actually get this pre-assembled. It's kind of hard putting together a bike. And the agent lets her know that not only can she get that pre-assembled, but she can pick it up down the street from her in Chicago at her local store. So that's great. She's ready to buy this bike. So she's going to ask the agent to add it to the cart. And it can assist the whole checkout process. And it's first going to ask her any variant information, like the size of the bike. But it doesn't stop there. This is the perfect time to upsell to Rachel. And it lets her know with a bundled promotion that she can get 10% off helmets. Now, if she's going to be riding around the streets of Chicago, she definitely needs a helmet. So the agent's going to give her a few personalized recommendations on that as well. She really likes this first helmet. She's going to go ahead and add it. The agent's going to walk her through all of the different recommendations, all the different variants for that as well, the color and the size before adding it to the cart for her. But the agent doesn't just upsell and recommend products. It can take other actions that drive lifetime value, like asking her if she wants to sign up for the loyalty program to gain points on her today's purchase. So she says, yeah, she's interested, gives the email address, and now the agent's actually taking action on the data. It's signing her up based on her interaction with the agent. So she's ready to check out, so she clicks the View Cart, and the agent prepares the cart for her, takes her to the cart, and as you can see here, with one transaction, she's picking up the bike at the store and then having the helmet shipped directly to her. Now, when she's done placing that order, it automatically flows to the Salesforce order management system, our second pillar of unified commerce. One of the great things about the Salesforce OMS is it's built on the Salesforce platform, so you can do order servicing in Service Cloud natively. That's out of the box. But let's get back to Rachel's experience when she goes to the store to pick up her bike. And that takes us to our third pillar of unified commerce, Retail Cloud, the world's only modern cloud-based point of sale. Now, as an associate, thanks to our native OMS integrations, I can easily look at all the store orders that we have for the day, like Rachel's bike that I need to get ready for her, but this is a lot more than just point of sale. This is about how we connect with our customers. And we do that with our clienteling capabilities. So when Rachel comes to the store, I can pull up her 360 profile. I know who she is and can give her a concierge-like experience in the store. I see her lifetime value, average spend. I see her loyalty information, like loyalty tier and loyalty benefits and promotions that she's eligible for today, alongside AI recommendations based on all her interactions with the brand, with wish lists, saved carts, previous purchases, and more. Now, this allows you to take all of those great digital experiences that you create for your customers and bring them into the physical world as well. Now, in closing, Salesforce is the only unified commerce platform that brings together commerce, order management, and point of sale. But the Commerce Cloud story doesn't just stop there. There's another critical part that's driving digital transformation with manufacturers, distributors, and wholesalers. So we've got one more thing to share. And to take us home and show us what's next, I'd like to welcome my colleague, Aaron Schubert, to the stage to talk about B2B commerce.
Thank you. And really quickly, could we give another round of applause to Colin on the tablet, the keyboard, the mouse, and the iPhone? It's an exceptional demo. As mentioned, my name's Aaron Schubert. I am Senior Director of Product Management, Head of Product for B2B Commerce at Salesforce, and so excited to talk to you a little bit about the leading product in B2B commerce today. Alex and I always joke about B2C has been the leader for 9 years. B2B, we've been the leader for 5 years. I always say I'll catch up to him, but that's not how time works. But I'm coming after you anyways. Let's talk some B2B. So we have customers like Siemens, Daikin, Ecolab, Rochester Launch, hundreds and hundreds of customers like that are able to sell efficiently and personalize their online buying experiences today to make purchasing from them easier than ever before. How are they able to do that? They're able to do that by driving sales efficiency, seamlessly tying their direct sellers to their self-service buyers on the storefront. They're able to reduce their total cost of ownership and also their implementation cost as well, leveraging the extensibility framework we've built both within the product and on top of the product to make bringing your own custom logic into our storefronts easier than ever before. They're also able to sell any product in any channel. We support simple physical products, digital products, bundles, sets, digital subscriptions as well. A new feature we'll talk about in just a moment. We're also able to maintain trust. That means we have our 24/7, of course, always available experiences for you, whether it's actually transacting or even just checking order status. Our sites are always available and on for your customers. And we're also able to meet your buyers' complex needs at scale. What I mean by that is however you want to do business with your customers, whether that's complex pricing or even customer-specific pricing, entitlement, visibility of products, promotions, et cetera, we make those experiences possible and easy for you. All of this has rewarded our customers with over a 239% 3-year ROI for B2B commerce. And that's what we have today. Let's talk a little bit about some features that actually came out in our summer release. Our summer release is actually hitting production orgs like this week. So I encourage you all to go home and play with these features since that's this week. Hopefully that's in sandboxes because we're all following best practices here. Our first feature here is digital subscriptions with Revenue Cloud. This one I'm very excited about. We're able to now display digital subscription products on our storefronts, have your buyers be able to discover, transact in those products. With Revenue Cloud added in the back, we're able to then view and manage those subscriptions within our My Account, both canceling and updating payment methods. Another reason I'm so excited about digital subscriptions, it marks the first of a longer roadmap with our Revenue Cloud friends within Salesforce. We're going to continue to partner closer and closer together to bring you, our customers, more complex pricing, more complexity around the configured products that both your direct sellers and now your self-service buyers are going to be able to purchase as well, and continue to bridge that gap between the direct sellers and the self-service buyers. Next up, we have buyer group extensibility. Extensibility is another key pillar that we're continuing to invest in B2B commerce. And buyer group extensibility specifically gives you, our customers, the flexibility to customize the logic, whether it's pricing, entitlement, visibility of products, or promotions, specifically for a transaction based on whatever piece of logic you'd like. A really cool thing about this feature is that while you're doing this kind of on top of our services, you're able to leverage 100% of the functionality within our existing pricing, entitlement, and promotion services, meaning that it lowers, of course, your total cost of ownership. And whenever it comes to taking roadmap updates that we've made within those areas, it's very, very easy for you to do that as well. Now, these were just two of tons of features that we had coming out in the summer release. We also are going to have a lot more to announce in terms of extensibility, our partnership with Revenue Cloud, and a whole lot more at Dreamforce, so we cannot wait to see you guys there. Now, to bring us home, I'd like to quickly re-invite Nitin up to the stage.
Well, as you can see, the team has been really busy. Obviously, these things don't come overnight. There's a lot of hard work that has gone in the last 20 years. But what we're showing you is really the future of commerce at Salesforce. And my executive leadership team being here at the stage, along with our customers, really demonstrates the breadth of the products we have shown. This is the first time we have brought in all our products together to show you the entire portfolio that we are delivering to you. And from B2C commerce, where we are bringing in agentic experience, Commerce Cloud, OMS, POS, and then B2B commerce, where we are bringing in B2B commerce. Our OMS product works both for B2C customers as well as B2B customers, as well as interop with our Revenue Cloud product. This is I would say this is the biggest breadth I have seen. I've been in the industry long enough time, and honestly, coming in Salesforce and being able to bring all these things together is a dream come true. We all have thought about this, right? Like unified commerce. It's very rare that you can bring all these products together. It takes a lot of time, and we are able to package it, integrate it, and now we can offer all these products together. Let's see if we have one more important slide. Now, this is pretty important. This is the first time we are announcing, this is the very first time we're announcing two very important offerings to our retail customers. So coming at Salesforce and being in the retail industry for almost 25 years, not only I saw the value of the digital commerce products, the POS, the Commerce Cloud, but also the Marketing Cloud. But then I took a step back and I said, wait a second. Every time I'm meeting a retailer, they're using MuleSoft, they're using Tableau for BI and analytics, they're using Slack. What if we brought all these products together in a simplified bundle? So this is the very first time we are launching two bundles. The first is a unified digital bundle that will include marketing, commerce, OMS, POS, all under a single package for a fixed kind of price tied to your GMV, which is going to be very attractive. You will have full visibility and price transparency to get the entire offering. And then the second bundle, which is an even bigger bundle, what we are calling it Salesforce Powers Retail. We literally want to offer you every single Salesforce product that's relevant to your company. We want to power retail for you at a very reasonable price point, which is fully integrated, so that way when you are running your retail business, you don't need to worry about, oh, how do I get analytics? How do I get my POS? This is all now available to you in this single bundle, the unified retail bundle. This is the very first time we have announced it. And we are going to I believe we are doing a blog post this afternoon, so you'll read more about both these bundles. And currently, we are offering these bundles till end of the year. So we're going to get some feedback and we'll improvise, but these two bundles are available. So I would highly encourage you to talk to your CFO, talk to your CEO. This is real. This is the first time we have brought all Salesforce products to the retail industry at a very competitive price. From a total cost of ownership, you will see a huge difference when you are powering your retail business on Salesforce. So again, you are the first audience here listening about these two big launches. And again, we didn't want it to pre-announce that because without having the products, the bundles doesn't matter. So we want to make sure not only we have the products, they are fully integrated, they are fully deployed, as you heard from our customers. And now we are making it easy on the commercial side so that you can easily start absorbing these products. And instead of thinking one product at a time, think about how can we power retail for you. So with that, again, thank you so much for coming to this keynote. And thank you to our customers and the leadership team as well. Thank you, guys.